Hi, this is Dancing Rabbit, and welcome to another weekend edition of Pagan Perspective. Here on a really hot Houston August afternoon. This week's question comes from Moon Magic Witch. When a video is recorded, energy is created in the message. When uploaded, it is sent out into the universe. When viewed by others, it is reinforced. So why would there be witches who every time they create a video, they discuss money trouble, health trouble, rant, bitch, and moan almost conversationally? I have to wonder if any of these people believe in magic. If you get on a video and talk about money trouble every week, money trouble will increase in your life. Words are magic. I consider this air magic, though it could be fire magic considering how it spreads. I want to know your pagan perspective on making vlogs. Does the energetic program of a vlog, casual or not, magically increase in your life? There doesn't seem to be any awareness of life magic, magic that naturally happens outside a ritual circle. Please discuss. Okay, I will discuss. I'll give you my opinion, my perspective as one pagan, and I suspect that you may not like it. I suspect several of you may not like it, and if so, rather than just down-thumbing this video, please put your comments or make a video reply explaining your perspective. I always leave the videos open both for comments and video responses. Okay, let me start sort of at the bottom and then kind of work up, and yes, I promise I will eventually get to the guts of this question. Doesn't seem to be any awareness of life magic, magic that naturally happens outside a ritual circle. Well, I've never heard the expression life magic, but I think I know what you're talking about. One of my pagan friends from back in Arkansas used to call me the everyday pagan. And what I think he meant by that is that my version of paganism, the way I practice paganism, it's not a matter of a ritual pagan stuff over here and then mundane life over there. The two are hopelessly intertwined and interwoven. A great deal of my pagan faith has to do with ethics, the way that we act, the way we treat people, what we consider to be a good thing or a bad thing, and whether we do the good thing or the bad thing, and when we do, what we do about it. So for me, paganism is much more a matter of Feather and I use all solar and wind power to generate the energy in our house. When I'm out, I usually carry a small baggie with me and pick up litter. There's several more or less political causes that I'm involved with GLBT rights and that sort of thing. And these are not just things that I do. These are things that I do because I'm a pagan. And I'm not saying that if you don't do those things, you're not pagan or you're not a good pagan. The paths are very individual, and I really believe that it is up to each of us individuals to figure out what our path is and to walk on it. We can't walk someone else's path, and no one else can walk it for us. Okay, well, let me come down from that rant. So, most of the things I do as a pagan, whether it's some of those practical, ethical things, or things that are a little more magical, like, for instance, shielding. I don't cast a circle and do my shielding work inside it and then go out somewhere. Typically, if I know I'm going somewhere that I'm going to need shielding, then I do it before I leave the house, usually standing in the living room. or if I get somewhere and realize, oh, I should shield, there's some stuff going on that I don't want to be influencing me, then I close my eyes for maybe a second or two and the shield's up. The same thing for grounding and centering. Or if I'm out on a hike or I'm out riding my bike down the trail and there's something particularly impressive in nature, I'll stop and kind of have a pagan moment. But I don't go and cast a circle. A great deal of the spell work that I do, the magical spell work that I do, isn't done inside a cast circle. It's done in front of our working altar, or it's done in the kitchen, or it's done wherever I happen to be. And I think that most people who might accidentally observe me doing some cord magic would have no idea that I was doing anything besides tying some knots in a string. It's not something bizarre or weird or spooky looking. It's something that's very casual and very natural, and I might add also very effective. So that's how I would approach the end of your question about life magic that happens outside a circle. And I'm not really sure that that's what you meant by life magic. Now, let me jump right into the rest of it. And this is where I think I'm going to get a little controversial. But so be it. You asked my opinion. Please, please, please. So here it goes. When a video is recorded, energy is created in the message. No. When a video is recorded, a video is recorded. Yes, there is digital information stored in the camera, and yes, it involves electrical energy. When it's uploaded, it's sent out into the universe. No. It's transmitted from my computer to a server, a YouTube server somewhere, and it exists as huge strings of zeros and ones as digital information. And when somebody watches it, maybe they are affected intellectually, maybe they're affected emotionally, maybe they decide to do something different for having watched and listened to my video. But I don't feel like that when I do a video that I'm sending energy out somewhere to go do something, and I don't feel like that when people watch it, it is multiplying and going viral out into the universe to accomplish things. I think that our personal definitions of energy and perhaps of magic may be quite different, and a misunderstanding may occur because we're using the same words and we're meaning something completely different. What you're talking about reminds me a great deal of the book called The Secret. It's the idea that we can create or we can shape reality through our thoughts and words. And so it's very, very important that you always speak positive words because they create positive things. They shape reality into a positive way. And if you say negative words, then you're putting all this negative energy out into the universe that's going to come back to you. I don't see it that way. Words are words. They are symbols of ideas. They are not things in and of themselves, nor can they create things. Now, they can cause emotional and intellectual and decision-making reactions in the people who might hear them, or not. The people that might hear them might totally choose to ignore them. But simply speaking out words is not what I mean when I say putting energy into something. When I do magic, when I raise energy to do a work of magic, I am drawing energy in from nature, from the earth, the air, the fire, the water, from the gods, from the goddesses. Now, not every time do I draw all this energy from all these sources, but I'm drawing in energy from nature. I'm also raising my own personal I think maybe you might call it emotional energy. And when it builds to a peak, I'm then directing it for a purpose. And quite often I will use music, possibly dance, drumming, sight, sound, all of the senses. Now, I'm not using all of that in every single spell, but my magic is really quite physical and quite emotional. Now, sure, there are words, usually, though not always, there are words involved in a lot of the spell work that I do. But if I simply spoke the words, I wouldn't expect that anything would happen, because I haven't raised any energy to do anything. I've just spoken some words. Now perhaps if I spoke them with a lot of emotional energy, that might possibly be another thing. The problem that I see with people who buy into the notion that our words are magic and we can shape reality with our words, and so speak only positive words, avoid negative words. In the first place, I think it's very egocentric for me to think that the entire universe revolves around what I need and what I want and what I say or don't say. And that by saying I have riches, I have a great deal of money, I have all the needs, my needs met, that somehow the universe will just alter itself and money will just come pouring in. I think that it ignores the very practical things. What I use magic for is not to push a big rock up a hill, but to nudge a snowball so that it might roll down the hill as opposed to sit there. I look for situations that things are balanced on knife edge, that they are neutrally stable. Not stable, not unstable, but in a sort of a neutral position. If you want to think of maybe a soda bottle standing on its base, well, that's pretty stable. It's not just going to fall over. If you flip it over and sort of stand it on the point, that's kind of unstable. You'd really have to kind of hold on to it to keep it from falling over. If you lie it down on a flat surface, then it's neutral. It will sit there and sit there, and you don't have to expend energy to cause it to sit there. But if you push it just a little bit of energy can cause it to begin to roll, and to roll faster and faster. Those are the situations that I think magic is most effective in. So I look for those situations. And I guess lastly, I've seen some people who bought into the notion of our words are magic and we can change reality through our words, to become rather paranoid about making any sort of a complaint or anything that could possibly be considered negative, because, oh no, it will cause something bad to happen. When you get in that mindset, I think you're almost looking for bad stuff to happen, and any time anything bad happens, and bad stuff happens all the time anyway, that, oh, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. As far as vlogs, I don't do a vlog. In fact, I haven't uploaded anything to my personal channel in almost a year, because I've been unemployed. I've been very upset about it. It's been a really hard time, and I didn't want to put up a bunch of whiny videos. I do think that it is important, if you're having a bad time, if you don't have enough money, you don't have a job, you have some kind of health problems, there's some kind of relationship problems going on where you are, that you not be afraid to vent and to share it. It's usually good to find a close friend, somebody whom you can trust to vent to, rather than just putting up a video venting about your problems. because most people honestly don't really care about your problems and don't find them very entertaining, and that's the reason they watch videos, to learn something or be entertained. So not too many people are going to be watching your videos. People may decide they want to just go ahead and kick you while you're down, because that's fun to them. So as far as putting up whiny and bitchy vlogs, I don't think it's a good idea, but not for the reasons that you gave. Okay? So, you've said here, if you get on a video and talk about money trouble every week, your money trouble will increase in your life. No, I just disagree with that. I think that you could get up and talk about your money problems 24/7, and that would have absolutely no effect one way or the other on your money problems, except that you'd probably feel a little more down, and you'd probably have fewer friends in the world because people get tired of listening to it. What you could do to affect your money problems is to find someone to vent to, maybe a couple of people, and then begin doing practical things and doing some spell work, because it's going to take both. I don't think that our distant ancestors sat around the campfire before a hunt and drummed and danced and expected wild game to fall into their campfire circle. No, they went out the next day very early and they did the hard, dangerous work of hunting. But they also did the magic before the hunt. So it takes both. Okay, this has been a long video. I don't know that I'll be able to edit it down. Long as it is, I don't know that any of you are going to bother to watch the whole darn thing. Hope so. I hope that this has helped. It has answered your question. It is my perspective on the things. I'm not claiming that it is absolutely the truth, and without error. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. But I don't think that I'm wrong on this. And I think that some of the other witches who you feel don't seem to know about life magic, I think maybe the reason you're getting that impression is that they also have a quite different view of what is this energy that we're raising and directing, and what really is magic, and how does it actually work. Okay, I'm going to close out here and see if I can't record next week's 25 questions videos, which ought to be a lot more fun and a lot less controversial. So, till next time, peace.